Last month, protests erupted across America as the nation mourned the deaths of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd at the hands of police. Or in Arbery's case, at the hands of armed white men who claimed to be carrying out a citizen's arrest. As people took to the streets to demand justice and an end to police brutality and white supremacy, music, specifically hip-hop music, became part of the movement. Kendrick Lamar's Alright and Childish Gambino's This Is America surged in streaming numbers. Hip-hop artists like Meek Mill, YG, D-Smoke, and his brother Sir responded with new music that speaks to systemic racism. The truth is, hip-hop music has always been the music of resistance. Hip-hop was birthed on the streets of Bronx, New York in the 70s and prioritized the voices of marginalized Black and brown people. By the 1980s, MCs began to highlight issues like police brutality, poverty, and systemic racism, all of which plagued their communities, but often went ignored. From the 80s through the 90s, hip-hop brought us anthems from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, like their song The Message, or NWA's Fuck the Police. There was Public Enemy's Fight the Power, Sister Soldiers, The Hate Produce, the Cool's Genocide and Juice album, Queen Latifah's UNITY, Tupac's Changes, the list goes on and on and on. By the late 90s and the early 2000s, the protest music of hip-hop had become less popular. While albums like Dead Prez's Let's Get Free and Immortal Technique's Revolutionary Volume 1 and 2 stood as soundtracks for freedom movements, the era was largely defined by fun party records like It's All About the Benjamins, which featured Puff Daddy, The Lox, the late Notorious B.I.G., and the legendary verse from Lil' Kim. The flashy rap music of the 90s was still powerful because those rappers rose out of an oppressive system and became symbols of success. Some may say there's nothing radical about rap music that pushes consumerism, but the fact that these rappers were able to rise above poverty and find success in spite of all of the racism in the music industry and the world, they became an inspiration for the next generation of Black kids, and that's inherently political. In the case of rapper and executive Master P and his No Limit Records, he inspired a generation of upcoming artists to focus on Black ownership. In more recent years, political rap music has risen in the mainstream. YG's FDT, or as more popularly known, Fuck Donald Trump, became a rallying cry during the 2016 presidential election. Kendrick Lamar's 2015 song Alright offered an inspiring message of hope during the Black Lives Matter protests. J. Cole's Neighbors gave a first-hand account of the way that rich and successful Black Americans are still impacted by biased police calls. Cole's latest song, the controversial Snow on the Bluff, is currently causing a stir online. Time will tell if it'll hold up as a defining song for this generation of protesters. While we may expect the Coles and the Kendricks to provide the soundtrack for the marches, songs from less obvious artists have made it to the front lines too. In Minneapolis, protesters blasted Chief Keef's Finito in front of the city's 3rd precinct. Fabio Foreign's Big Drip echoed through the streets of New York City as protesters marched past Trump Tower. Crowds have erupted into dance circles while chanting the lyrics to the late Pop Smoke's Dior at the top of their lungs. Dior doesn't include a single mention of police brutality or racism, and it has been called out for one particular homophobic line. Instead, protesters shout, Michael Mary, Billie Jean, Christian Dior, I'm up in all the stores. Some may question why activists have taken to the streets chanting lines from Fabio Foreign, Pop Smoke, and Chief Keef. And I want to shout out writers Alphonse Pierre, Shamira Ibrahim, and David Aaron Brake for reporting on this. The reality is that embracing Black joy in the face of police is a form of resistance. These are the artists that resonate with young protesters. So it's only natural that when they celebrate Black life, they do so while listening to songs that they love. Resistance takes many forms, whether it's blasting Fuck the Police while marching with your fist in the air, or dancing to drill music at a protest. Hip-hop has always been rooted in resistance, and there's no doubt that it still is today. Thanks for watching this episode of For the Record. What did y'all think about the way that music has become part of the recent protests against police brutality? Were y'all surprised to hear Pop Smoke played at the protest? Also, what did you think of J. Cole, Snow on the Bluff, and No Name's response? We want to hear from you, so let us know in the comments below, and you'll know that I'll be chiming in right there in the comments with you, all right? Tune in next week for the latest in music news and artist interviews, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more. Peace.